Hey, what's going on, buddy? How are you doing? Let's see if I can unlock this real quick and move my chat over to where I can see it more consistently without killing my neck. The card show's in Utah. I don't know if you saw the thumbnail. Let me pull it up though real quick. Cardboard Exchange. Let's see. It's just in Utah. Nothing too crazy. It's at in Salt Lake City in a hotel. One of the ones I usually vend for. I like the guy who hosts it. I hope you're doing good, my friend. Hope things are going well. You know what's not going well is card prices. Holy crap. They have crashed. I just went through all of my Pokemon Center promos that I'm going to be putting out there. And man, have they crashed. It is a good time to buy them. Good time to buy them. No, you're good. You're good. The thumbnail, like even if you're just hovering over it, ends up going away and giving you a little preview of the stream anyways, so I wouldn't expect it to stick around. But wow. I'm really surprised by how much card prices have crashed. I have to reprice absolutely everything. Kind of nuts. Whoops. They've crashed by quite a bit. Especially the Pokemon Center, like Charmander from Obsidian Flames and the 151 Snorlax. Those are ones I thought would never crash because the ETBs are so expensive, but they have definitely crashed. Big crash out. And yeah, good time to get back in the hobby because so far, all the cards I've pulled up are just like going down and down and down. The DCG or the TCG game's fun. I recently learned how to play, and I think it's a lot of fun. I like it. I just don't have time to go to local tournaments, but I want to. Like, I think I could do okay. I think that'd be a lot of fun. What sucks is I bought some of these while things were a little bit more expensive. So we're definitely going to be taking a hit on some of them. But that's what happens. Markets happen. But I'm kind of tempted to only bring sealed product. I'm almost tempted to only bring sealed product and not even bring singles at this point. But I'll still do it. I mean, it'll be good to move them. Tournament vlogs could be fun. You can also just play the online game too. I made it to the Arceus League on the little online version of the game. And so that's good. But I think you're right. In-person ones would be really cool too. In-person vlogs of the tournaments. I'd be down to watch that. Do you think they'd let you record tournaments as you're playing? I don't know if there's like rules against that or not. That'd be interesting to find out. Yeah, it is a lot more chaotic in person. I wouldn't doubt that for a minute. Yeah, probably not the top tourneys. I think you're right about that. Let's see. This one stayed about the same. Ironically. I think we just keep that. Yeah, I think it'd be way fun to see that stuff. If you do a little mix of like the online game and then local tournaments and stuff, I think that'd be a cool little journey to go through. And not a not a ton of people do like in-person ones. I know there's a handful of streamers that do the live game itself. C35. Man, everything is down. That is crazy. The thing is I know I'm going to take these singles and people are going to buy them up. But if I literally wait like 2-3 months and wait for the next card show at the new year, like everything will go back up and probably higher than what it was. But do I get more value just getting it sold now and not having to redo shows and carry things over? Like, I'm almost thinking like just the time and everything else, it's almost better just to move them while they're cheap and easier to sell, and then just dive into some new stuff later and do the vendor discount. But like, oh, sorry, I can only buy them at whatever price. I think what's going to happen is people are going to come to this card show with their singles, and the singles are crashing, and they're crashing out because they're like, oh no, my single card investments are crashing. I need to get out of the hobby, get into One Piece, and dump all my cards. And I could see people being like, I want you to buy my cards. I want you to buy my collection. I think I'm going to be having more of a bigger buy this weekend than I'm going to be doing some selling. And so I bet I'll end up like going, oh yeah, usually I buy it 70%, but the market's crashing. I got to protect myself. So I got to buy a little bit less if you want cash from me. And people are going to be so desperate. They're going to be like, yes, just take it, please. And how many cards do you need? It really just depends on your show, right? Because some local card shows that just happen in like a mall or like smaller venues, I think that when you're vending, you just want to make sure you have enough to at least break table costs, right? The show I'm vending at, it's probably like $150 per table, and I got 2 tables, so I got like cases like that of singles I'm going to be bringing. I probably have about $4 or $5 grand worth of singles I'll bring, and then I have slabs, which carry a good little price to them that I'll be bringing, and then I have a ton of sealed product I'm going to bring too. I probably got closer to 10K worth of stuff I'm going to be bringing in. But there's some shows you can go to and vend at. They're only like $50 per table, and I mean, you don't need to bring a ton to make it work. But I mean, if you have a smaller collection and it's not really worth the table fees, you can always talk. Like, if you have a friend that vends, you can be like, hey, can I just take up a small part of your table space, and I'll just take up this little square with my collection and throw up a binder and just sell it. Like, and sometimes you can get your friends to get on board with that. And yeah, you always want to try to break the table fee. Like, I was thinking about doing a card party in May, I think it is, around my birthday. But it would be like a couple thousand for like 1,000-ish for the hotels for the days there. It would be expensive to drive there. And then the tables were like 200-ish per table. I don't remember how much, but I'm still weighing on if I want to or not, just to get the social media experience, but I don't know yet. I might not do it this year, but next year when my YouTube's a little more grown, so people have something to look forward to. How much are vendor table fees normally? Friends. What are friends? Who has those? Yeah. How much are vendor table fees? It just depends on the show. I've been a part of ones that are just like $50 a table. I've been a part of ones that are $250 a table. Just depends on the size and kind of what the whole thing is about. It's fun though. I like doing it. But I want to do some bigger ones like Front Row Card Show in Vegas. I think that'd be a lot of fun. But I also want to do Card Party, not as much to like make money on it, but to like just be there and expose myself to other content creators and just have a good time doing that. I think that could be pretty fun to do. Yeah, everything is down. Holy crap. This is one of my favorites, and it has crashed down. Holy crap. Whew. Actually, not by much. I have it at $30 right here in front of me, and it's still about $30, so we're good there. I agree. It does look pretty fun. I definitely want to try it. It's just a matter of, do I want to do it next year or this year or both? Probably going to wait till next year. I think once I have a little bit bigger of a following, it'll have a little bit more value to it. And who knows? I think 2026, if things continue to crash, is going to be a big buying period for me. I think a lot of people are going to be desperate to get out of their collections. And that's where I'm going to be like, I will buy this. Don't you worry. Let me buy it. I don't know if I want to sell this. I kind of want to grade it. Don't know if I want to get rid of that. It's crazy that the best cards in Shrouded Fable are the promos. So crazy. Oh, that one didn't. This one actually went up. When I priced this out, it was at 65. And now it's like 50 to 60. That's sad. But maybe I grade it. We'll think about it. Oh, you missed it? You know what? I got kind of lucky. I was at the airport when it dropped. And so I was just waiting for a flight anyways. And ended up being able to grab it. What I'm kind of sad about is I keep trying to get my wife to get on it too. So I can get more of them, obviously. And I tell her every time, I'm like, hey, you have to have your phone open. You can't refresh it. You can't let your lock screen go. You can't tab out to something else. Can't tab out to something else. And every time she tabs out to something else and then loses her position in line. And I keep telling her, I'm like, you can't do that. It's so funny. I haven't done card shows for quite some time. And these cards, like, have gone up before, like, today. And then they've crashed back down. So, like, I have this at 35. At some point, it went to 45. But now it's back down to 35. Oh, that's funny. This thing used to be a $60 card, too. Oh, I wish. You know what? She does not like Pokemon whatsoever. My wife has zero like or care for the Pokemon hobby completely. And she's even pulled like a Bubble Mew and some other stuff. She's pulled expensive cards. But she just doesn't care. She's like, whatever. Yeah, my wife is 100% anti-Pokemon. She doesn't like Hello Kitty either. She is not into anything that's even closely remotely nerdy. 0% into anything nerdy. Which is weird, because she knew I was a nerd. So, you think she'd be like, oh. When it comes to the stuff I like, she's a tough one. But other than that, she's awesome. She is fantastic. Let's see, 75. Even poor Groudon has dropped down in price. So sad. I don't know why polar opposites attract. It doesn't make sense. Because it's not a good combo. But no. We align on a lot of different things, but when it comes to like hobbies, we definitely have exact like opposite hobbies. Oh, poor Espeon. Even you are not immune to this. But you stay pretty much the same. You're not too far off. In fact, I might just keep you at 60, because there are some at 60. Let's just roll with that. Yep, 60 on you. I'm sure baby shiny Charmander took a hit. You're about the same. We'll just keep it. Poor Pikachu. Yeah, you're about the same too. We're good. We're good with that. Ooh, did Crown Zenith take a hit too? Yep, it sure did. Poor Crown Zenith. Poor everything. Now's a good time to buy some stuff. Though I bet it will go down even cheaper. But vending-wise, now might be a good time to buy stuff. And to be honest, I'd almost be tempted to just buy one table and just put up a sign that says we're buying Pokemon cards. And I bet you would get a lot of traffic just from that. Maybe that's what I'll do this weekend. Maybe I won't sell anything. I'll just only buy things. We might have to do that. We'll just say 70. Oh, how do I get my sealed? I'm so sorry, Space Goat. I totally missed that. If you're not here anymore, very, very sorry. How I get my sealed is I have distribution. So that's one way. And then I import Chinese and Japanese sealed products as well. And then I also have, I'll buy stuff locally in the community. But usually I really finagle and wheel and deal on that. So I'm usually very pushy to get better prices for that. But sometimes people just want some quick cash to get out of the hobby because they've over leveraged, or they are just like, I don't know, whatever the reason is. And usually I'll just buy it up. You just got to really dig around for deals. Really just got to dig around for deals sometimes. Like, I guess one deal I've been doing, it's probably not good now that everything's been dropping in price. It was good at the time. Let's take a look here. Phantaz. Oh, Flames. Pokemon Center ETB. Yeah, so now, well, no, it's still an okay deal. I was going to say, I've been, back when these were closer to 200, I've been buying them at 140 for people that want to get rid of them. And now they're like in the 180s. Still an okay thing, but I felt a lot better about it when it was 200. Yeah, I think people are just really kind of panic selling everything they got, because this was in the 200s. Now they're selling for 161. So, I mean, I still haven't lost money. Still got them at 140, so we're still fine with it. But they definitely are dropping. They definitely are dropping quite a bit. But again, I think people are panic selling, and they're taking their stuff and just like getting rid of it. How did I get distribution? So basically, long story, but I got back into Pokemon around Obsidian Flames time, and I bought, like, how I first started is 151 came out, and I bought a whole bundle or display of booster bundles, and I kept half of it to rip for fun to get back into the hobby, just because I haven't ripped anything since third grade in the 90s, and ripped half of it, sold the other half to pay it off, and I'm like, I can make money off of this. But of course, buying at MSRP is not the best way to make money. So I rushed and made an LLC. Was the first step. I made an LLC, and I applied. I started doing rip and ships on Whatnot, and I hate Whatnot. I'd rather just rip and ship on YouTube and just sell stuff for a better price and have less fees and just run it off my website. I think that'd be a lot more fun. But anyways, so start doing rip and ships on Whatnot. Since everything was overpriced on Whatnot, it was fine if I bought at store prices. Built up some sales data, got an LLC, and then once you have an LLC, and back during that time, it's not like that this now, but during that time, card shops had so much Pokemon stuff that they were desperate to get rid of it. And if you have an LLC, they can wholesale to you. So it wasn't exactly distribution prices, but it was better than what I was getting it off of store shelves. So I'd go to Pokemon stores or card shops and buy their unwanted sealed product and start selling from there too. And once I got some good sales data, I then went, and you can't really do that now because card shops can't even hold on to Pokemon product. So they sell out of it so quick, they won't wholesale to anybody. But then I went to distribution and I applied for it, and they said, hey, we'll give you a chance, but you're going to have to spend $5,000 to $6,000 in a 4-month period. And then we'll start giving you some allocations. So that was rough because I had applied for Mad Owl and Southern Hobby, and with Mad Owl, because they had more in stock on their website, I was able to complete that pretty quick. I probably did that in about 2 months. But then Southern Hobby didn't really have much on their website. But I was like, oh, you know what? I got time. I can... oh, my headset's dying. Guess I won't be able to hear the music. I was grew into that. Anyways. So then Southern Hobby didn't have as much on their website as Mad Owl did. But it was still stuff that was good enough to get packs and rip. But I was like, I got time. It's not a big deal. And this was probably around Twilight Masquerade. And then Twilight Masquerade happens, and I start noticing things are getting more limited. Things are selling out quicker on distro websites. Sometimes they say you can only buy a case at a time per week. And that's when I made a video actually around this time last year saying, hey, distribution's drying up. Like if you want to, and I offered like super good prices on my website. I'm like, if you want some cases while you still can get them at like $600 a case, I'm throwing out these deals, and nobody took them because when Pokemon's cheap, no one cares about Pokemon. And that's when a lot of not buying happens, which is weird. You'd think people would buy while it's cheaper, but, so I got distribution allocations with Mad Owl and Southern Hobby. I was so close, but I thought I had a little bit more time. And then Surging Sparks happens and everything dries up. You cannot buy anything. It's just done. So now I'm in limbo with Southern Hobby. I'm waiting for their website to eventually have stuff when the market slows down a little bit so I can get to allocation status with them. But like I said, I'm lucky enough to have allocations with Mad Owl. And so I do get, release waves of product. But after a release wave, distribution has nothing. They don't have anything after the initial release of a product. So essentially, once the release wave happens, that's it. And then sometimes they'll randomly get some ETBs or booster boxes or whatever it is. And they say, hey, you can only buy a case per week. Or sometimes with booster boxes, they'll say you can only buy 3 per week. And then after that week, they're all gone. And they price it almost at market price too. And so a lot of people are like, man, I bet stores are loving this big boom. And it's like, no, I loved it better when I could just go onto the distro website, order anything I wanted at crazy cheap prices, and then all I want to do is make $10-20 off of that case. So I sell that case super cheap. And like those days are gone. I can't wait for them to come back. And I want to get back to the point to where card stores are desperate to sell their product again, because then I can go through and just buy it for super cheap. Someday, but not anytime soon, I think. Soonish. I mean, we're getting there. What's going to be pivotal is how 2026 starts, right? Like, is Ascended Heroes going to crash things? Is it going to be, like, very pivotal? I don't know. I can't answer that. But if 2026 we continue to go down, I feel like we'll be in a good place. But if Ascended Hero comes out and shoots up in popularity, then that's where I think we're going to be rough. But I don't think distribution does not sell at market rates on the allocations, like the release wave of things. Those aren't at market rates, but whenever they have a restock, they limit how much you can buy, and they put it like maybe $5 to $10 under market, if that. So the restocks are around market price. The allocation stuff is not, but booster boxes on allocation prices used to be $85 to $90, and now it's like $105 to $110 per box. So even on the allocation waves, they've upped that a little bit too. And like ETBs used to be about 20 to 25 per ETB, and now they're 35 to 40 per ETB on an allocation stuff or allocation spot. And then after that, like I said, the restocks, they end up making those really close to market price. Like one of my distros, that's actually a smaller distro, because I have like 3 distros, but one of them that's smaller, they were selling Phantasmal Flames booster box cases for, let's see, I think it was like $200 a booster box, which is right by market. It's not even worth buying at that point. I think the market needs an adjustment, but right now it's in a rough spot to where like the market is adjusting down, but distro is not adjusting down with it. And so it's really tight. It's really tight right now. But we'll see. I think the problem is even before this big hype wave, rip and ships were very healthily ripping packs, like a lot of packs for a very long time. Very long time, lots of ripping. Because when I came in, like I said, it was during Obsidian Flames, no one cared about Pokemon. I could walk into a card shop even without an LLC, and they were so desperate to get rid of Obsidian Flames booster boxes, they're doing it for like $80-$85. You know, they're just letting it go so they could get more magic and stuff like that. And when I asked about doing pre-orders, they're like, oh, we just don't get that much Pokemon because we don't like to order it. We just take whatever distro makes us take, essentially. And so I think the market will go down. I think there will be adjustments, but I think rip and shipping is still going to be highly popular and kind of keep things up. I think we'll get very close to MSRP, like really, really close. But I think we'll probably really hit MSRP when that printing facility is in full swing. I do believe that. When that new printing facility gets all set up in 2027, I bet that's when we're going to see things change. But what we need to make this adjustment happen, because it's not just one thing, right? It's not just one thing. We need a whole cascade of events to happen. We need Pokemon to up printing. We need distros to better price things and better allocate things. So that way, you know, instead of us selling a booster box for 160, 200, 250, 300, whatever it is, I think it would be nice to be like, hey, we're selling booster boxes for $110 a box again. We're doing it for maybe 120 max, 130, 140, whatever that number looks like. But under MSRP, once we get to the point to where distribution gets us frequent product and we're able to sell under MSRP, that will create a cascade effect with scalpers, because then they're like, crap, if we can't sell it for above MSRP, we're cooked. So that will push them out. And then after that, we will see them go. Rip and shippers will slow down a little bit. Right now, there's so many different people trying to rip and ship. It's like way oversaturated. There's way too many people trying to do it. And so I think once that slows down and you have just like the main rip and shippers kind of keeping the market healthy, that's when we'll definitely get down to like MSRP and below. But it's going to take a whole wave of events to make that happen. And you bought all of your 151 and premium collections at MSRP? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Getting it for what is now cheap. And we're looking at Surging Sparks boost $30. So basically a booster bundle, MSRP usually wavers right around like 27 to $30. So I don't think that's bad, but I have no idea what market on that is because I haven't had a Surging Sparks booster bundle forever. And some reason that didn't work. Let's see, Surging Sparks booster bundle. $41. So yeah, I mean, you beat market price by a lot and you're close to MSRP. So I think you did good with that. Oh, there's hundreds of people ripping shipping on whatnot. There's like so many. It's not even funny. I used to rip and ship, and it was back when there wasn't a lot. Pokemon rip and shippers are always here. I mean, I probably couldn't even count them right now, but all these are Pokemon. All those are Pokemon. That's all Pokemon. This is all Pokemon. That's all Pokemon. That row's Pokemon. 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 Jeez, some of these pictures are a little ridiculous. Pokemon. Oh, that's Pokemon. Oh, that's Pokemon, except for that crystal show. AI pictures are hilarious. This fragrance is spelled wrong. Oh, that's Pokemon. I need to do better AI pictures like that. Holy crap. I need to do better with the AI stuff. Yep, Pokemon. Pokemon. Oh, that's Pokemon. So much Pokemon. And I would rip and ship, but like I said, I'd rather do it on YouTube. And I've tried it on Whatnot. Whatnot actually asked me to come back because I generated probably in a 6-month period when I first started about 50 grand of sales on Whatnot. And they're like, come back and we'll help you get your accounts started back up and all this crap. And my following was long gone because I hadn't ripped and shipped in years. And I went back and like sat there for like 8 hours doing almost nothing. And I'm like, I'm not doing this. My time is valuable. I could be doing a lot different things. TG16. I think if people feel that Ascended Heroes is mid, and then on top of that, if the next set after that is considered mid as well, which hopefully it is, and maybe the next 2 sets, 3 sets are just like still considered to be mid, I feel like, and then you're right, the one piece on top of that, I feel like people will move away from Pokemon a little bit. And that's the hope. But you never know. There's just a handful of things that have to happen for a good old crash to come through. And yeah. I mean, even the price reductions right now, some of it is going to be hurtful to my business right now. Because like even Mega Dream booster boxes, I got the initial release wave of them and had to pay a pretty hefty price. I think it was about $106 per booster box. And on top of that, had to pay tariffs and shipping and crap like that. So I was selling them for like $135, which was a good fair price. A lot of people were doing them for $150. And then they tanked in price. They tanked so bad in price. So now they are selling for $105. I can't sell mine at $105, and I still have about 50 of them too. And so that's a little rough because I can't sell it at $105. Otherwise, I'm going to lose a ton of money. But it sucked. If I would have sold them a little bit quicker, I would have been fine. But my shipment from Japan got delayed. They forgot to ship it, essentially. And so I got it a week later than I should have. And that was painful. That hurt. That definitely hurt. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I might be a little cooked on that. But the market dump definitely is hurting depending on what stuff you bought at what time. Ascended Heroes is Crown Zenith on crack. I think it's I don't know. I don't think I like that set. I don't think I like it too much. I mean, it's cool. But Crown Zenith had so many cool art. I mean, you had like Mews and Mewtwo with like Mewtwo and Charizard. You had the gold cards. Like, I hate how they do the current gold cards. The current gold cards are like, let's see. Let's take a look. Cards, rarity. We want the special art rare, mega attack, super rare, whatever that is, and mega ultra rare. So I hate the gold cards. Like, all it is a gold card with some line work. Where is that thing? Man, there it is. So you got that, right? Which is literally just a gold card with some line work. Not that cool. Like, you just can't beat Crown Zenith in its epicness. Like, look at that Giratina. The textures are so good. It has color to it. Like, why they ever deviated from this type of a gold card is beyond me. It blows my mind because this is so good. I mean, even the Arceus. Nah, it's not going to be found that way. Arceus, Gold, Crown, Zenith. Like, look at this. Even the Arceus looks so good. That looks so good. And then you have, like, let's see, Charizard. Here we go. Like, look at that. That is so cool. And then you have the matching Mewtwo doing the Kamehameha, essentially. Like, way too good. Way too good. And then we have that. And I think you're right. I think some of the SARs are pretty good and the Mega Attacks are pretty good, but still not as good as Crown Zenith, I think, unfortunately. Maybe that's just me. That's all just like opinion, right? Like, I think people are totally fine thinking that this is like Crown Zenith and is good. I just don't. Like, Mega Halucha looks really cool, but I've never cared about Halucha, right? And the Gengar is my favorite hit, and I think it looks super, super good. Like, I do love the Gengar, and I have it in Japanese, actually. I pulled it the other day. But other than that, like, most of the Pokemon I don't care about. The Dragonite, you know what they could have done? Missed opportunity with the Dragonite. If they would have, let's see, Angel descending from clouds. Let's find it real quick. No, not that one. This one? Like, they could have totally done something crazy epic, right? They could have had Dragonite, like, looking super cool, descending through some, like, dark clouds, stuff like that. Instead, we get, like, this cotton candy Dragonite, you know? Like, or it could have even been, like, more colorful like this. You know, could have done that if you wanted to. I had a really good example of one. Even that's pretty cool. I don't want to do whatever you're trying to make me do. Ooh, or something like that. Like, coming out of some dark clouds. Like, really a lot of different, like, epicness they could have done with Dragonite and textures and stuff like that. But then we look at it, like, his wings have no textures. Yeah, it just looks like cotton candy. I don't know. That's just me, though. I mean, it's cool if a lot of people like it. I just personally don't. Let's see what else they have. I think the Pikachu is really cool, too. Totally has some, like, Bubble Mew vibes to it. I do like the Pikachu, actually. So other than Gengar and Pikachu, I'm not really about most of it. I do actually like this Metagross. But again, I don't like the trainer Pokemon cards. Like, I wish they'd just take the trainer out. Oh, sorry, Mewtwo. I do like the Mewtwo. I do wish that... I do like the Mewtwo. I do like the Mewtwo. So there's like 4 cards that I'm about. But then the rest of it, I'm like, eh. Where with Crown Zenith, I definitely like the majority of the cards in Crown Zenith. Ooh, okay. Let's see. Second master set. Yeah. Yeah, I think I actually kind of, and I don't know why, but I do like this new Mewtwo more than the Destin Rivals Mewtwo. I think it's the pose. I think the Destin Rivals Mewtwo, the angle I didn't love too much. But I do like the Destin Rivals Mewtwo, but I just expected a little bit more. And yeah, you're right. The Pikachu is better than the Surging Sparks one. Oh man, I don't know. I think they missed an opportunity with Mewtwo though, because I feel like if they took this Mewtwo card, what they should have done in Destined Rivals is they should have made a scene of this Mewtwo, but like it should be like the test tubes destroyed, the Mewtwo like just barely broke out, and it's like got a whole glowing aura and just like about to kick some butt, and the whole lab's destroyed. And then maybe like in this top corner over here, you see Giovanni just being like, oh yeah, this is sweet, and then call it Rocket's Mewtwo, right? I think like a continuation of this card would have been super, super cool. And missed opportunity, because this is the undoubtedly the best Mewtwo card ever. And I do have it in a PSA 10. But I really feel like for Destined Rivals and maybe Ascended Heroes, they could have done a continuation of this card and made it really cool. Or what they should have done, Destined Rivals is like the continuation of this card, but then Ascended Heroes is maybe like an armored Mewtwo. And they can still call that Rocket's Mewtwo because that's when he was all armored up. I think that would have been a lot of fun. Hey, buddy, have a good one. Thanks for hanging out. It's super appreciated, as always, and good to see you. If you need anything, hit me up on Insta. I'm always there. Oh, nice. This went back up in price. Yes. Yes. We like it when you go back up in price. Beautiful. Beautiful. Glorious, glorious. In a world where something actually didn't go down in price, this time it's for real. Yeah, tag teams would have been cool. I think it would be cool to do like an e-reader set. I know the anniversary is always about the original prints and the original stuff, and I know they won't do it, but could you imagine if they redid the Pokemon promo or Game Boy promo, whatever it was, of Lugia, like they did a 30th anniversary of that, and then redid some of the e-reader cards, like the Feraligatr, the Typhlosion, even like the Charizard, like all the cool e-readers that they had. If they did some of those in the 30th anniversary, I know they won't, because they never do. But man, I wish. I really wish. I would love that. One could hope and dream, and probably not. It probably would never happen. All right, I think we're almost getting to some big cards. Almost. I saw Giratina. I saw Giratina in there. Tyranitar. 222. Oh, even Tyranitar's not safe. This one's cool too. It's like Godzilla Tyranitar. I like this one. Oh, buddy, you got hurt. Who hurt you? Why did they hurt you? My friend, I am sorry. I am so sorry. That is depressing. Yeah, they need to make a good game. It's hard for Pokemon probably to like up their game with the games because they spend very little on their video games and then make like billions, you know? And so they don't have much incentive to really increase the game technology because they literally like, let's take a look here. How much did it cost Pokemon to make Scarlet and Violet video game. So it costs about $22 million to make Scarlet and Violet. And then how much did Pokemon profit? Oops. So 22 to make it, and let's see. It just said units sold, but how much money did they make? Okay, about 3.1 billion. 3.1 billion. Oh my god. They're printing money is what they're doing. But holy crap. So yeah, they killed it. They did a good job. They know how to make money. But imagine, you're right, like if they took the time to make better tech and better games and did the e-reader stuff, or like a different version of e-reader, that'd be so cool. Will it happen? No. But should it? Yeah, why not? Ooh, Celebi, you're not even safe from all this. I'm so sorry. All right, the moment of truth. How bad did they hurt Giratina? Giratina, are you okay? Are you doing okay? Giratina V 186. Yeah, I didn't touch ZA at all. I didn't touch ZA, and I haven't touched the newest game either. Just haven't. Oh, 580. Giratina, no. You're supposed to be better than this. So sad. Even Giratina's hurt. 585 is what we'll do. No, Giratina's hurting. He went from almost $700 down to 580-ish. Poor Giratina. Poor Giratina. Okay. That means Lugia probably got hurt too. How come I didn't grade this one? I'm dumb. Oh well. I already got 2 Lugias and a PSA 10, so we don't need to grade that. 3. Oh, Lugia, no. Let's see. About 360. Yeah, 365. Let's say that, 365. Lugia went from like being closer to 500 down to 365. Ouch. That's what I'm saying, though. A lot of these cards are on a pretty good discount right now. And I can guarantee at this card show, people are not going to buy them while they're cheap. But then I can guarantee at March or May, when these jump back up in price, you're going to see a lot of people be like, oh, we want to buy them now. And they'll be way expensive. I love the Lugia. I like the Lugia a ton. I think compared to like most of the art that's coming out nowadays, that has some really good art. I think that one will jump back up too. Even Dragonite getting touched a little bit. Not too bad, but oh no, never mind. 365. Holy crap. Compared to what it was. Blech. And recently too. It was like selling in the 450s not too long ago. And now it's like eating it. Ugh. That is terrible. I think we got to pick some in-between price, because that's really weird that'd go from the 400s to the 365 in like 2 seconds. So we're going to throw this for 400. And if people want it, cool. If not, then I will just hold on to them, and they'll go up in price again a little bit later. I think it's better to price out cards before the show, because if a lot of people will get annoyed if there's not pricing on the card, and I personally don't, because when I'm going to go buy a card from a card show anyways, I always comp it myself right there in person, because some card show vendors aren't up on their pricing when they price it out. But then if you watch like Pokebeard or something like that, he's always like, oh, when people don't have their cards priced right there and don't have the stickers on it, I just skip the table, and it's bad. And a lot of people I know are like that too. And I think a lot of people probably do get annoyed, I'd say. But at the end of the day, if someone really wants a card, they're not going to mind having to wait for it to be priced out, in my opinion. But that's just me, but I'm a lot more patient than a lot of people. I have a lot more patience than most people, I'd say. Ooh, you took a little bit of a beating too. And recently, like, you were in the 60s for a second, and then you just got smacked in the face. Ugh. What sucks is I'm pricing them right now, and then whatever doesn't sell when I next do one in about February or March, they're going to be up again. So terrible. Most vendors will overprice their cards, mainly because a lot of people, I mean, I've had people just come up to my table and be like, yeah, I'm just going to buy it, and I'm going to price check it. You have something I want, I'm just going to buy it. Don't care what your price is. So some vendors will overprice for that purpose. I usually try to get it right on market, or just maybe a buck or two over it, because there's like in between pricing. I try to pick like kind of the middle of where it's at, because you gotta pay for a table too. But then also sometimes, like, I've bought cards when they're a little bit more expensive, and then they go down in price, and that just sucks. But let's see, coming down to market, or 70. I think most vendors don't sell at 70 to 85%. That's for sure. I don't think any of them that I know of do, because that'd be rough. That'd be rough to like make anything, especially if you're buying them. A lot of vendors right now are probably buying at about 80%, 80 to 85. And so if they're buying at that and then selling it right back at that, that's a little rough for them. But I don't like overpriced though. I don't, because with what I do in the business, and eventually what I'm going to do in YouTube, I mean, once I start making YouTube money, the little gaps of like, oh, if I lose a few bucks on a card isn't going to really matter, you know? And that's the whole point of trying to get monetization, is like a third of it, you know, I'd use to help fund giveaways, right? Because the giveaways I'm doing right now, I'm probably dishing out $700 worth of product just out of my own pocket, just because I want to give back. But once I get monetized, then all that, a third of that monetization will go towards giveaways, and then the rest will go towards like business stuff. And then, and if I do card shows and have to whip out a good deal, it won't really matter because the monetization will make up for it. So that's why I can't wait to get monetized. I just need to get more watch hours. I hit 1,000 subscribers really quick, but my watch hours are not where I need them to be. I'm 1,000 watch hours off out of 4,000. So we're close. We're close. We're only one fourth off, but that is a steep hill to climb for sure. And what I might do to kind of help get some watch time, I won't be able to pay attention to the stream consistently the whole entire time, but I might end up doing, oh man, I can't even see that. Okay, XYA4. I have terrible lighting here, but I might live stream the show that I'm doing. It won't be like crazy busy or crazy exciting, but I might live stream it. Oh, 8-4. Might live stream it, and that'll help me get some watch time. This is actually a really cool Pikachu card. Oh, and actually went up in price. Has a little bit of edging issue though. So we will not be doing market price due to that little edging issue. We will definitely put it underneath market. Yep, that's a shame. But that's why we look through them to make sure they're perfectly fine. Hey, what's going on, buddy? How are you doing this very late night, or I guess early morning? How is it hanging? You know, pretty much every card I've repriced tonight has gone down pretty dramatically. And I can guarantee that this card show that I'm going to do is like people are probably not going to buy crap, but they're going to be trying to sell and panic sell a bunch of stuff. That's my prediction for this card show. Yeah, I'm glad you're doing good. Hell yes. You missed the heavy hitters, unfortunately. We already went through all the heavy hitters like Giratina and all them. Where are they? Dragonite V from Sleepy Dragonite. Lugia, Giratina. What I'm really surprised by is Pokemon Center promos. They are tanking. They are definitely tanking. I might try to find the Obsidian Flames Charmander one. Like, try to find a clean one. They're on a discount now. Yeah, I love the Sleepy Dragonite. I really like the Giratina and the Lugia. I really like all of them. But I think at this card show, since everything's going down so dramatically, I'm going to be really trying to buy a lot of crap, I think. Because I bet what's going to happen is a lot of people are seeing these card prices fall. And they're going to come to all the booths being like, please buy my collection. And I'm going to be like, yeah, not for a price you want, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. No, I don't have that. I don't have that. A lot of my stuff, like I have a little bit of Sword and Shield, but not a lot. It's like some of the heavier hitters. But then the rest is pretty much Scarlet and Violet on up. I didn't get back into Pokemon until about Obsidian Flames. So I'm a little behind the game. And I don't do a lot of single stuff. I don't invest in singles or anything like that. It's more of like, I just like having some singles for card shows. And so if I can pick them up at a good deal, I pretty much only exclusively have them for card shows. I do have like my own graded PSA collection, but it's stuff that I don't expect to like ever go up. I do have a few really expensive cards. I guess I should caveat on that. Like I have the Mewtwo in a PSA 10, but I'd say most of the time I don't really do the singles game. And mainly because of this, like, look how volatile the pricing has been on singles. It is wild. So wild how volatile the singles have been. And I just don't like playing that game. I'm a little bummed too, because my Phantasmal Flames Wave 2 allocations won't be here in time for the card show. Like, I am so bummed about that. The best set to open in 2025. I don't like opening anything. To be honest, it depends how much further down they've gone. But I'd almost say Phantasmal Flames. Let's see. Let's see where they're at today. 210. And they still have, 209. They're about to down to 200. If you can pick up Phantasmal Flames between 180-ish to 200, I mean, let's see how much that is per pack. So let's say 200 divided by 36. It's like $5-ish a pack. That's almost MSRP. That's not very far from it. And with how expensive that Charizard is that you can pull from it, I think that'd be the gamble I'd like to try. Because even Temporal Forces booster box. Even Temporal Forces is way more expensive than Phantasmal Flames. And it doesn't even have nearly as good hit. Like, it doesn't have nearly as expensive hits, right? Twilight Masquerade, I think, is like $300 a box now. Or close to it. Twilight Masquerade booster box. Yeah, closer to 300 on that. Surging Sparks booster box. Still in the 240s to 50s. Paradox Rift. Let's take a look at that. Paradox Rift booster box. In the 300s now, probably, right? No, 237, but still not nearly as expensive cards as that Charizard and Phantasmal Flames. Yeah, I'm gonna say the best rip to happen right now is Phantasmal Flames, ironically. It literally, like, is kind of the best bang for your buck if you pull a Charizard, you know? How much is the Greninja? Let's take a look. So that thing is about $290. $290 to $330, depending on the day. $280 sometimes. And so if we take a look at the Phantasmal Flames Charizard, still a $450 card. $437 to $490. So kind of depends. It's in a big range right now, but the booster box for Phantasmal Flames is considerably cheaper than Twilight Masquerade. I'm going to stick to it. I'm going to say Phantasmal Flames, especially if it keeps going down and hits like 180. If you can get it between 180 200, is going to be a good deal. And what I would do is I wouldn't even touch TCG Player. I would go onto Facebook Marketplace, and I can guarantee you'll find some people trying to panic sell Phantasmal Flames. Let's take a look. Ogden within, say, 100 miles. Apply. And let's do Phantasmal Flames booster box. Let's see. Some people are still a little overpriced on their Phantasmal Flames, but I bet if you message some of these that are like at 210 and say, hey, I'll do 180 on it, or even this 200 one and say I'll do 180, I bet most of them would cave in and be like, sweet, let's do 180. Especially if you quote some TCG Player data, they will definitely freak out, and I bet they do that. In fact, look at this. Phantasmal Flames Pokemon Center ETBs, 150 each. Yep, you better believe I'm going to scoop those up. I'm going to scoop those up for sure. Oh, wow. $5 to get a chance, huh? And you won it? Is that what you said? Because it said you did get the spot in the raffle for $5. One out of 75. That's, I mean, not the worst odds. I've seen a lot worse odds than that. $5 for a potentially $300-ish card. Yeah, I'd be in for that. That's better chances than pulling it out of a booster pack if you think about it. That's like much better chances than pulling it out of a booster pack. I'd take that risk. 100%. Oh, you won it. So there you go. $5. Yeah. No, you made the right choice there. That's for sure. Good job on that. Congratulations. That's huge. That is huge. Right, right. Oh, so that's interesting. So you had to like raffle for a chance to get to the spot. And then if you get the spot, then you have, so more than 75 people put in is what you're saying. Am I reading that right? I'm not sure if I am. And if that is how it worked, how many people do you think put in total for the raffle? I see. So that's an interesting setup because 75 times 5. So it's 375 already just with the 75 base people. I wonder how many people actually put in for a chance at the 75 spot. That's interesting. Let's say if it was like 100 they did. That's like $500. Ooh, that could get, that's a little tricky. That's a little tricky of them. Yeah. That's very interesting though. If they're doing, because usually when I see a raffle, everybody that puts in gets a chance at it. But that's interesting that some people got cut out from having a chance. So I wonder how many people got cut out. I don't know if I love that. I don't know if I love that. I'd almost say, you know what? We're going to have 75 spots. It's $10 a spot. And do it that way. But then be like, you're all guaranteed a spot. Yeah, it's a little more expensive. But we have 750. Or sorry, we got $10 spots. Which is still, a little more expensive. But at least you're guaranteed in. And then that guy probably makes his money back. But let's say he did like 150 entries at 5. Still the same thing. But then a big chunk of those people aren't guaranteed. I don't know. And is it a raffle at that point? If you don't even get a chance at the chance of having it? That's interesting, like FCC stuff, right? I don't know. I don't freaking know. But yeah, heck of a snipe. That I couldn't have said it any better. That is one hell of a snipe, and congratulations on that. I mean, $5 to make big on a card every day. I would take that chance every day. So good job on that. That is so cool. Man, everything is dropped down in price. Like I said, this is like the time to kind of start buying some stuff, and it'll keep going down a little bit through December, I bet too. Like, this is definitely the time to pick up some stuff. But I can guarantee I'm going to go to this card show. Nobody's going to buy stuff when it's cheaper, and everybody's going to panic sell their stuff, and I'm going to get some like crazy good deals, and then everything's going to go up come sometime between January and March. I bet that's when stuff will go up a bit, and then people are going to be like, well, now I want to panic buy because it's going up, and I bet then all of a sudden like stuff's going to go up a ton. It's so interesting how this all works and how people are. A lot of giveaways, yeah. You know what? I'll be honest, between all the subscriber giveaways that we're doing and probably the Christmas giveaways that we did, probably giving away closer to like somewhere in the $500 to $700 range of stuff. Kind of crazy. And I'm not even monetized too. So that's all just like out of pocket. I'm getting close to getting monetized. I got to 1,000. I got to 1,000 subscribers really quick. But our watch time, you need 4,000 hours of watch time. And I'm at 3,000. So I have to rack up some more watch time to really nail in that time there. Yeah, I'd say that's part of it. And I just think people generally, because like even with Bitcoin, right? Let's take a look at Bitcoin today. Bitcoin, when I started buying into it, was at like 77,000, right? And then it jumped up to like 125 and stayed pretty strong at 125 for a second. And then it's been dumping down. And even like, I think it's even made it down to like 84 kind of recently too. But I can guarantee a lot of people are seeing this and being like, oh, gotta get out, right? But people like don't remember that this used to be literally cents, cents on the dollar. And it always has up periods, always has down periods. But you can tell on the down periods, people get scared and they dump and dump and dump. But if you look over time, it always progressively goes up. It just kind of depends on what's happening. But like, even if you look over all the way back here in 2021, like, yeah, it had a similar huge dump too. But it always follows like that same pattern. Pokemon's really the same way. And really, people just get very, very frightened. And they will dump their stuff. They will just dump it. And so I think this card show, like I said, I don't think I'm going to make a lot of money this card show. But I think people are going to be so desperate to get rid of their stuff and go into One Piece that they're going to be like, I don't care what you give me. If it's like 50, 65%, like fine, whatever. I bet it's going to be like that. We'll see. We will see. Ooh. Lucario V-Star promo got demolished. It's crazy. Oh, finally. I got that. I have like these full of singles and I finally got through my first one. Oh, that's painful. That is so painful. Pricing stuff is not fun. It is not fun at all. Probably my least favorite thing to do. how much for just like everything in total, or how many cards do I have to price out? I don't know how many I have to price out because I got probably 3 or 4 more of these. But then I also have them. I have some of these full of slabs too. So I got to go through all the slabs as well. It's just going to take it takes a lot of time. And I haven't done a card show since, it's probably been since June or July. Oh, Lucario? $6. Lucario is only $6 nowadays. Yep. $6 promo now. Used to be closer to 20. It was like 15-ish. About right here. Yeah, right about 15. But anyways, it's been so long since I've done a card show that I I have to reprice everything, because back when I had these cards going on, they were a lot more expensive. Everything is taking a hit, which is okay. The Lucario promo I probably wouldn't touch. I didn't really touch them too much anyways. But if I were to buy them, especially, here's how I'm going to pitch stuff at the card show this weekend, is I'm going to be like, look, everything is going down in price pretty dramatically, and I don't know how much further it's going to go. Usually I buy things at 70%. But my concern is I'm going to buy it at 70%, and then it's going to go down another 20 by the time I get into another card show and sell it. So I'm only going to realistically do 50%, maybe 50 or 60-ish percent. And so that might turn some people off, but then some people are like, I don't care, I need money for One Piece, but I'd probably be around $3-4 if I were to buy it, for sure. Maybe even a little less. We'll see. I might get a little unhinged and just be like, yeah, we're going pretty extreme here. Oh, I still have a whole stack of cards. This might be tomorrow's battle. Because I still need to make a YouTube video. I still need to... And I gotta get up and do some crazy ass shit tomorrow. Or today. I gotta get up and do some crazy ass shit today. It's been a crazy week. Work is like, hey, we're gonna do the most crazy stuff you could ever think of. And I forgot. I have this many new cards to add to it on top of whatever I have in containers. So that's going to be rough. Vaporeon with gray card. Oh, Gary. I see. Let's see. Vaporeon card with Gary. I can't remember what that one was called. Sword and Shield. Brilliant Stars. That's what it's from. So that thing had a little bit of a spike up to 17, but now it's like an $11 to $12 card. Brilliant Stars in general has kind of had a little bit of turmoil, booster box wise, hasn't it? I think it's been kind of going up and down. Let's see. But everything right now is just kind of down. I think some people, or a lot of people, are just way overextended. Yeah, Brilliant Stars recently had a pretty dramatic dip down into the 400s. It was like almost, it was like 550 dropped down into the low fours, and now it's like almost back up to 500 again. So probably why that card dipped down a little bit too. Cardboard collectibles. I don't think I know them. Cardboard collectibles. In Iowa. Huh. That's cool. Well, good job. You're getting a lot of good freebies. Yeah, I like Brilliant Stars. I don't see anything wrong with it. I think it's a good one. Maybe I'll price out some of the ones that might be worth a little bit. Oh, there's my kid waking up. I guess that's the signal to end the live stream. Gotta go deal with the kid. So, apologize that it got ended so early like that, but I'll be probably live streaming tomorrow because I'm going to have to price more stuff. And I got a lot of stuff to price, so I'll be around tomorrow, and I got to pack everything up. And then I'll probably stream the card show, even though I'll be distracted and not be able to really see what people are saying, and stream the card show and get some view time that way too. Hey, I appreciate it, man. Well, I'm sorry. Gotta go. The baby woke up, so signing off. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. You are freaking awesome. And I will be back tomorrow. Have a good night, my friend.